Hi all, Stephen from Alcohol-Free Lifestyle. I want to touch on a couple of things. The first one is the title of this is Killing Yourself to Live. It's a track by Black Sabbath, who you may or may not have heard of. Now, when you're younger, it's ingrained in you that you drink. Everyone drinks, don't they? Your parents drink, your uncles, aunties drink, most people drink. If they don't drink, you think there's something wrong with them. Have they got a medical condition, or they're alcoholic, or there's something else, some reason why they don't drink. Now, most of the people I knew drank. In fact, everybody, to be fair, when I was young. I don't know anybody who didn't drink. And I don't come from a family of alcoholics, but we're all sort of social drinkers, really. They went to work. Most people drank there. Some more than others. Some people had a few. Some people had a lot. Every occasion there's drink, isn't there? Every birthday, every Easter, every Christmas, and so on it goes on. We know when drink comes out. Every day, basically, for some people. Now, are we sort of not brainwashed, but are we conditioned to this? That we've got to have a good drink to have a good time, or you've got to have a drink to have fun. You've got to have a drink to meet women, to meet men, to socialise, to dance, to do a lot of things. You know, Dutch courage, one for the road, all this sort of thing. Is it in our society, do you think, that we should drink? Because everyone, virtually everybody, says, "Would you fancy a drink?" No, nobody encouraged me to take a drug. I'm a little bit older now. When I was younger, there was no cocaine around where I came from, or it was very, very expensive. It was basically a drug for the rich and famous. A little bit of weed now and again. I didn't smoke, but it wasn't pushed. But like drink is pushed. I mean, all the sporting events you'll see signs for different breweries, won't you? It's all over the place. Alcohol is pushed everywhere. Newspapers, magazines, TV, social media. Let's have a drink. Let's have a drink. Let's celebrate. Let's have a drink. Why do you need a drink to celebrate? So are we killing ourselves to live? Is my point. It seems so, doesn't it? There's so many people who pass away early through alcohol. It's incredible. And so many other people have other issues because they have strokes, heart attacks. It's responsible for a lot of cancers as well. Pancreatitis, obviously liver disease, accidents, domestic violence, violence in the streets, all this sort of thing. A lot of crimes are committed under the influence of drink drive. Again, all this sort of thing. Masses and masses. It cost £27 billion in the UK to clean up this mess last year, and it's still there, isn't it? It's still being promoted every day. So I just want your thoughts on that. Are we killing ourselves to live? Now, when you get more into it, I hope you won't get more into it. When you become tuned to drinking more, you're a heavy drinker, you're physically dependent on it, you're basically an alcoholic, then you drink to live. Because at times you feel so anxious and nervous. I used to feel so anxious that I couldn't walk around the block. I had to have a drink to steady me down. It was horrendous. I got into this trap for 5 years where I couldn't really go out very much. I couldn't move without a drink. It went to one point where I couldn't actually have a shower without having a drink. I felt so weak. And sometimes I used to collapse. I didn't eat very much, and I just thought the drink was feeding me, really. Empty calories. So I had to drink to keep myself alive, and I know a few people who still do that. And they're very heavy drinkers. They don't eat very much at all. They have a little snack now and again in the pub. Some crisps or maybe a small pizza, that sort of thing. And the only reason they're alive is because they're drinking. So they drink to keep themselves going. They're not prepared to stop because they say they get bored or they can't give up and all this sort of thing. But they're just killing themselves to live. There's a lot in that statement, isn't it? I don't know if you want to listen to the lyrics of the song, it's quite interesting. It's not about alcohol, it's about other substances. But we seem to have this attitude in the US and the UK and parts of Europe, not so much as the UK, that alcohol goes with everything. They even sell it at service stations. It's everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere. We also have this under 18 rule. Well, I know a lot of pubs locally where people are in there long before they're 18. I used to do it when I was 15, and so did a lot of my friends. And as long as you weren't causing any trouble, the stuff didn't bother you really. Just turned a blind eye. And I think that happens today as well, especially in smaller places, small villages and that, when people are a bit more local, people don't really challenge the age issue. So as soon as you're a teenager, you're in the pub where you can buy a few cans, all this sort of thing. So it's endemic in society, isn't it? And it's still not being addressed. There are more people in hospital with alcohol-related problems than ever before. Yet the advertising is increased. Now, the advertising for anti-smoking is pretty heavy, and that's sort of been dumbed down a little bit. I think there's less people smoke. I think in time this may come with alcohol, but at the moment I can't see it. It won't happen in my lifetime, or any of yours, I don't think, because it's so socially acceptable. But when is somebody going to wake up and think, well, I don't know, all these people in hospital, all these people on disability, all this sort of carry on, all through alcohol? Because I spoke to a doctor once, he said between 70 and 80% of people are in hospital because of things they've contributed to, whether it be drugs, drink, smoking, a combination of things, bad food. But if you drink a lot of drinkers smoke. A lot of drinkers will have poor diet. A lot of drinkers will end up in accidents, falling downstairs, all sorts of kind. I remember working a bank holiday when I was in law enforcement in London, and we covered a bank holiday. Lots of people had accidents. They cut themselves and fall off ladders, putting decorations on trees, and it was all drink related. Most accidents in A&E are drink related, aren't they? You only got to watch a bit of TV or go to the A&E department 3 o'clock in the morning. It's packed. It won't be packed at 8 o'clock on a Monday morning. It's always over the weekend. Let's get busier Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So look at that aspect of it as well. If you have anything you'd like to say to me, any comments, please drop me a line. And if you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. And I'll speak to you all very soon.